lessons about colors today. So we're gonna start by doing our journal. Grab your journal and grab an orange crayon and see if you can draw something that is orange. Maybe it's an orange sunset, maybe it's an orange fruit, maybe it's just a nice orange circle. Whatever you want to draw that is orange. We are going to get started after you're done with your journals with the run stop. Are you ready? So make sure you have enough room to move and run, but listen for the stops. As soon as it says stop, we're gonna freeze. And we're on week 12. So be sure to get your week 12 things ready out of your bag. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, everyone, get ready to run.
Run, 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 stop. Run, 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 stop. Stop. Run, 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 stop.
All right, that was a good warm-up, but I think we can
we
go
go
even
faster?
Here we go. Run, 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 stop.
Run, 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 stop. Stop. Run, 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 stop.
All right, now we're getting
Can we do our fastest?
Faster. Here we go.
Run, 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 stop.
Run,
Run, run, run, run, run, run, run, stop. Stop. Run, 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 stop. Run, 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 stop. Run, 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 stop. Yay! Great job, you guys! This morning with our yoga song. So we're gonna continue our yoga song about my hands upon my head I place. Remember, we're gonna start in tree pose or mountain pose, whichever feels comfortable to you. So we're gonna start stretching our arms. Remember, we're not gonna touch our face. We're just gonna get really close to our face because we're working hard on not touching our hands on our face right now. Are we ready? My hands upon my head I place, on my shoulders, on my face. We're gonna go into star pose. Stretch those fingers out as far as they go. At my waist and by my side. We're gonna bend at the waist, keep our legs frozen, and we're gonna do ragdoll pose. So let's bend at our waist and make our top half really floppy. And then behind me they will hide. We're gonna do triangle pose. We're gonna put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and whoops. Go upside down and stretch those fingers back behind your back as far as you can go. Wiggle them. Then I will raise them way up high in warrior pose. And let my fingers fly, fly, fly. Then clap, clap, clap. And 1, 2, 3. In child's pose. And tuck our head down. And see how quiet they can be. Here we go. Let's take a deep breath in. Smell the flowers. Blow out the birthday candles. Great job, you guys. And remember, you can do that anytime at home. Okay, we're going to continue our color book. Let's review some of the colors we've been learning. Do you remember we talked about colors that camouflage in our last class? Remember, here's a lizard like Ricky. He's camouflaged. We talked about how greens and browns can camouflage. Here's another green snake. He's really camouflaged in his environment. Look at this white owl. He's camouflaged with the snow. We talked about red. Look at this bright red bird. Colors that attract and warn. Remember we talked about the red ladybug and the yellow bee. And blue, like these rings on the octopus. Today, we're going to talk about orange. I'm going to show you some favorite things of mine that are orange. sunrises and sunsets. Have you guys ever woken up really early and seen the sunrise? It's beautiful oranges and purples. This week, try and wake up a little earlier. See if you can see the sunrise. Maybe draw a picture of it with your orange crayon. Another thing that I love that is orange happens in the fall time when the leaves start to turn orange. Aren't they beautiful? Orange. And to do that, we are going to make some oobleck. Oobleck is so fun because sometimes it feels hard and sometimes it feels gooey. So, in your flip bag, you're gonna get out your week 12 cornstarch. It says week 12 on it. And you're gonna need a big bowl and some water. There you go. And do you see what color my bowl is? It's orange. And you're gonna put your cornstarch in there. It might get a little messy. So have your parents put down some paper or some tablecloth that you don't mind getting a little messy. And then we're gonna add in the water. Just add it in a little bit of a time. You can use a spoon to mix it, but I like to use my fingers. There you go. And add it in a little bit of a time until it's not powdery anymore. Now, do you see what's starting to happen to my oobleck? It looks like it's super runny until I hold it in my hand, and then it's super firm. If I push my hands on it, it can turn firm, and then when I let it go, it turns ooey gooey. Isn't that so much fun? So what we're gonna do with our oobleck, once it's a nice consistency, is we are gonna make it into orange oobleck. So you're gonna need your food coloring from your flip bag, and inside you'll find all the colors we've been learning about: red, blue, green, and yellow. Do you remember what red and blue make? We talked about this last class. If you mix them together, they make purple. Today, we're gonna mix red, there you go, and yellow together. And we're gonna see what color it makes. So, let's put in 1 drop of red. That's more than 1 drop. Mine's gonna be really red. And some yellow. About the same amount that you put in for red. And then let's mix it up. And see what color we get. Starting to turn a little pinky. We might need a little more yellow. Because I kind of put in a lot of red in mine. There we go. We'll put in a couple more drops of yellow. See if we can get a nice orange color. And just keep playing around with yours until it's a beautiful orange color that you love. Doesn't it feel good? I love seeing the colors mixed together to make new colors. Play around with yours and see what you can discover about these colors. Okay, now that you've finished your oobleck activity, we have in your bag an orange. And it is so beautiful and round and orange colored. So what we want you to do is experiment a little bit with it. What you can do first is put it in a bowl of water and see if it sinks or swims. See if it floats or sinks. And then take off the orange peel and put it in that same bowl of water and see what happens. Does it still float or does it still sink? It's time to experiment. Then when you're done, you can have a delicious snack of an orange. Okay, now that you've done all of your experiments, we're gonna finish up with our song Pat a Cake. So I have a nice orange scarf, but you don't have to use a scarf. You can use your hands or whatever you've got available, or just dance. Ready? Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with a B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with a B. And put it in the oven for baby and me. Pat a cake, baker's man. Make me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with a B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with a B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Get your dance moves going. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with a B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with a B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with a B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Want to sing along? Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with a B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Great singing, guys! Okay, we are going to cool it down now with our many-colored day yoga. So find a spot where you can stretch and move. We're going to review some of the colors we've been learning about while doing some yoga. Some days are yellow, some days are blue. You'd be surprised how many ways I change on different color days. Remember, we talked about red. On bright red days, how good it feels to be a horse and kick your heels. So, find a spot, get into downward dog, and then let's see if we can kick our heels back. Are you ready? We'll try and do 5 kicks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. Let's step forward and come up slowly. Blue. On other days, I'm other things. On bright blue days, I flap my wings. Let's be a bird or a butterfly flapping our wings. Let's sit on the floor in butterfly pose. Pretend to glue your shoes together with a glue stick. And let's make our butterfly wings. Sit with your back up tall. Flap your wings. Fly high. And now we're going to fly low. Fly this way. And fly that way. Flap your wings. And then we're going to land on a flower. Are you ready? Good job. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Great job. Yellow. Remember we talked about yellow. Then comes a yellow day and I'm a busy, busy bee. We are going to get into ragdoll pose. And we're gonna pretend like we are a bee flying back and forth. Are you ready? Bzz, 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 bzz. Great job. Curl back up. Take a deep breath in, smell the flowers. And blow out the birthday candles. Great job. And then we talked about green, remember? Green days, deep, deep in the sea, cool and quiet fish. That's me. Let's be like a fish, like a big puffer fish. Sitting deep in the ocean. We're gonna put our legs into lotus pose. So stack them on top of each other, or just sit crisscross applesauce if that's more comfortable. And we're gonna try and take a deep breath from our diaphragm, that big muscle right above our belly. So we're not gonna breathe from our chest like, we're gonna take a big, deep breath like a puffer fish, filling up his belly with water. Good job. And one more breath. And our biggest, deepest breath straight from our diaphragm. Great job. Doesn't that feel good? And then we talked about purple. On purple days, I'm sad, I groan, I drag my tail, I walk alone. You might be feeling this way right now. A little sad and lonely because we don't get to see all our friends at the Playseum. And that's okay to feel that way some days. We're gonna be like that dinosaur. We're gonna get into triangle pose, put one leg forward, one leg back, and we're gonna dip our long dinosaur head and put our tail behind us. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. Slowly come up. Take a deep breath in, smell the flowers. And blow out the birthday candles. Great job. And then today we talked about orange. Then all of a sudden I'm a circus seal on my orange days. That's how I feel. On orange days we feel kind of silly. Like when we were playing with that oobleck, it felt silly and oozy and goozy. Sometimes we feel that way, like a silly seal. So we are gonna do seal pose. We're gonna lay on our belly. And we're gonna put our hands back like our fins flapping in the water. And then we're gonna raise our legs like our tail slick in the water. Let's try and do that for 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. Slowly come up. And let's take a deep breath in. Smell the flowers.
I don't understand.
And blow out the birthday candles. Great job, you guys. Okay, before we go, I'm going to show you a couple things from the bag so you know what to look forward to next week and the week after. So next week, we're going to be talking about rainbows. And we have this rainbow color pad for you. And we'll be using for some activities. And a special flower paper. And some rainbow markers. And a little water pipette. So we're going to be using this next week. So don't get into it too soon. We're going to be using it for a special activity. And the week after that, we're going to be talking about the rain on week 14. And so for that week, we're going to be using our chalks and some water. So those are some things to look forward to. Until then, have a great day. See you later. Bye.